You're not gonna go far. These creatures come down. What are you gonna do? You like stand group like, and then you quickly like go back.
What about sneezing? Like,
find a airtight or soundproof room. Those who working at studios
like
and
a
stuff
bunker,
would
an
do very
underground.
well.
Yeah.
I think everybody would be freaking out. Guys, keep quiet. From the outside view. Can you picture it?
One thing that would have been cool about this film was like exploring the whole. They already know that they have to keep quiet. How did they figure out?
Especially if like you start off like this.
Do not make a sound! Keep quiet! They used other mechanisms to tell you that the creature was there. So like, for example, that sonic, like the minute
That
you
was
heard
a lot more.
that
That was a lot more in this film, wasn't it?
this alien monster is coming towards you. As much as you love the cat, poor Frodo is gone.
And then it runs after the cat. You're like,
But then because you sighed, now the thing goes out. Exactly. Slurpers will
you
die.
slurp, you slurp, you die.
What is...
I can't sign.
I can't
I
sign
can
either.
say a few words.
I can whisper though.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
My name is Ryan.
And this is the movie show on Active
TV.
and FM. And we are dead. We have officially
Yeah, we died a long time
died.
ago.
If we were in a quiet place, we were goners.
It's over. Imagine watching this movie.
Unless I like jumped out the window and then like landed somehow and then like limped my way to safety. They don't think I can do it. I think I have a fighting chance, guys, out of everyone in this room.
You know what? I would put my bets. You'd be fine.
Me?
Yeah.
Thanks, right?
You know why?
Really? Why?
Because I know you're not getting through those bars.
So why would I be fine then?
Because you're not going to get out.
But the creature!
You're not going to go far.
So I'm just going to like hide in the corner.
They'll...
Actually, between me and you, Ryan,
I
who
don't
do
know
you
if they'll
think would
get
last longer? But the problem is we both can be silent. Like me and Ryan genuinely can both be silent. I know it doesn't sound like it on the show.
I almost feel like you need to set up a question. Like, okay, right now, these creatures come down, and what are you going to do? Now, I bet you for most of you, you'd have to find like some kind of concealed like room, right? That's what everyone would do.
Somewhere where there's noise, like natural noise. So like
Yeah.
when they were under the fountain.
Yes.
I think actually if we get down to like the very basis of it, it's not about who would talk, because both of us wouldn't talk, right? I actually think both of us would be fine in silence. The problem would be in natural sounds. So, you know, like as you know how you get some people who are naturally quiet, as in they're able to move around and then you just get some people who are just loud. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Think about the fact that you'd have to get used to not slamming the door. You like slam the door, like, and then you quickly like go back, go find the concealed space again.
You know what always confuses me? I'm like, what about sneezing? Like that's a hectic, or like coughing. Like that's two very natural things.
You finished.
You dead. You gone. Yeah, no.
I think the first thing to do is to find a airtight or soundproof room. Those who working at studios
like
and
a
stuff
bunker,
would
an
be very
underground.
well.
Yeah.
They would just like go in the studio.
Be like,
Everyone, I think everybody would be freaking out. And we're just like, okay, guys, keep quiet. We can't be loud. And then like from the outside view, can you picture it?
Oh, wow. So if you haven't noticed, we are doing a review on A Quiet Place, just in case we jumped into that straight.
So you have to find a place like that. And I think you have to think about life and think about everything different
Yeah.
that you have to do from now. But although, how long would it take you to figure out that these because at first there's just creature.
That's actually one of the issues I had with this film, right? So we're doing A Quiet Place day one. So the first film that came out was A Quiet Place.
You probably figure it out.
No, wait. Wait. Then we had A Quiet Place 2. I think it was
Yes.
called A
Yeah,
Quiet
yeah,
Place
yeah.
2. Cillian Murphy came into that one.
the
And then
beard.
now we have A Quiet Place Day 1, which is actually a prequel to the first two films. And it's what happens is in the title, they go to, because the first two A Quiet Places don't deal with day one. The second one sort of starts there, but it doesn't stay there. It's
Like-
just like an opening.
Yeah.
And with both films, they already know that they have to keep quiet. One thing that would have been cool about this film was like exploring the whole concept of how did they figure out that, because literally what
What is
happens
it?
is the attack happens. She kind of, I think, is naturally quiet. She's not a screamer. So like, you know, when like you get shocked, like you more go silent, like that's almost her response. Then she gets knocked out, so she's
Freeze.
unconscious. Then when she wakes up, like everyone's already like, and then there's like a helicopter, and they're like, do not make a sound, keep quiet. And you're just like, okay, really, guys? Is this the tactic, the storyline tactic you chose to use?
Sure.
Yeah. So I think that, I think they could have done that better. Yeah. Do you understand? Like, it would have been cool to see how they figured out, you know, like how in the first one,
I think that would have been awesome, especially if like you never knew anything about this film. Like you start off like that. Like, wait, what is it?
yeah.
Like, what is it you trying to figure? And like you as an audience, like you're trying to figure out why are they
Yes.
attacking? Why they attack? Oh no!
So it would have been nice for people who
You have
haven't
to be
watched the
quiet.
previous two.
Wait, you have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it would have been nice for the people who have watched it, because they would have then seen, oh, okay, this is how they figure out. Because, you know, like in the first film, they figure out that the girl with the earpiece, that super high frequency, like, freaks the creatures out. And, like, at first you didn't know that. You sort of figured it out before they figured it out, because, yeah. But, like, that would have been cool. So that was my one issue with the film, was I feel like they could have done a bit better with that, personally. Yeah.
How did day 2 end? I mean, the part 2. How did part 2 end? Did they ever like
know, I
really
also can't
defeat?
remember.
Because it's like I remember them figuring out that in the first part, the hearing aid thing.
Yes. The
And
first one I
then-
remember.
And then they go more further out, and then they find that guy.
Obviously, John
and
Krasinski's
then-
character dies in the
Yeah.
first one. So the
Yeah.
second one's kind of like now the mom. So Emily Blunt's character with the kids. She's obviously got the baby.
allowing John to do more, directing, more focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cillian Murphy comes in. I remember how...
What happened again?
That's the problem. I remember the film started with what happened on day one. So you see the family and it's kind of like their response to day one. But then it very quickly shifts to the mom leaving with the kids. They somehow meet Cillian Murphy. And then there's the guy that was in this movie that shows up again for like 2 or 3 scenes. He was in the previous film.
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking
that
about?
dude, yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Mm.
Jimon? I feel like we should go to. This is how you pronounce. We are looking at how to pronounce.
DJ Imon.
DJI. Ah! For all of those who know
Oh,
DJI.
no, DJI.
DJI.
Oh,
Digimon?
Yeah.
Digimon. Is he French?
no.
Let's find out.
I'm going to guess yes.
He is Benin. He's a Benin-born actor.
Mm.
Where is that?
The
Oh,
place-
he's in Gladiator too as well.
Yeah, the places on earth you don't know about.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, the cast in this film is very good. I thought
Solid.
one of the strong points of this movie was actually the acting.
Yeah.
Like, if it weren't for the actors, I might have slated this film. But the acting was phenomenal.
And very uncommon actors.
Yeah, so we have Lupita
Yeah.
Nyong'o.
It totally puts you like in a completely new world.
Yeah. She was in Black Panther though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in Black Panther. She's also done like a lot of horror films. I think she was in It.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. She was in Us, which is also a horror. She was in 12 Years a Slave, Woman King, which I didn't
Oh.
watch. Star Wars, The Force
seen?
Awakens, but I don't really remember.
So
Sorry,
this-
she wasn't in It. She was in Us.
This was a good film. for her to be in.
The 355,
Yeah.
which I haven't watched. Yeah. And then you have Joseph Quinn, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who that is,
It's this guy.
have some culture. What's wrong with you? No, I'm joking. But still. He's from Stranger Things. He plays Eddie Munson. You've never seen him before, actually. Hey.
I have.
No, this was the first time around. You didn't watch season 4. Which was
He looks familiar.
He looks familiar.
He's got a face that says,
He's also in Gladiator 2.
We know
Wow,
you.
these actors are sticking together, you know? Yeah, so and I thought he did also, he also did a very good job, because personally, while I was watching it, I wasn't going Eddie Munson, because he has a very, strong character in season 4 of Stranger Things.
Is
Like, a lot of people, he was their favorite character of season 4. I think he did a but their acting was insane. Oh my goodness, their acting was good. Like, it really, really was good. And then this guy, Alex Wolff, did you recognize him?
yeah.
He was in Jumanji.
Yep.
It was actually nice to see him again. He was in Pig, which apparently is the director. So John Krasinski didn't direct this film. The man that directed this film's name is Michael Samowski. John Krasinski, Michael Samowski. Yeah. And he apparently did Pig, which I think is a horror. I haven't watched it. It apparently is a good movie. Yeah.
And this movie had a horror feel.
It did. But, and it had jump scares. I was shocked.
That's what I'm saying.
And at like I think there were
Horror
2
films.
jump scares. I was like, what? Because The Quiet Place,
Yeah.
even though it kind of falls under the horror genre,
It felt.
it's more thriller.
It takes you to that edge, and then it doesn't go. We don't go beyond that edge.
Yeah.
That was a Quiet
But this
Place
one,
1 and
this
2.
one, this one had like jump scares in
So
it.
that
I
was
like,
all Johnny, but now this guy, Michael,
although he did have a nice style.
he said, "I'm taking it all." the
Like, I
way."
liked how the film started, and like, yeah. I must say though,
Day 1. Yeah.
no, but at the hospice, I liked the I just liked how he did, and the shots and stuff. But one thing that I must say, another thing I didn't really like about this film. So originally with A Quiet Place 1, the writers, at the time when they wrote A Quiet Place, they weren't famous writers. Like, they hadn't really done anything big. So when they wrote A Quiet Place, they weren't writing it for this big Hollywood blockbuster film with a huge budget. Instead,
No pressure.
yeah, they were writing it, so like they were planning on making the film. I think they were from Iowa. I think that's where they were from. But they were literally planning on just shooting it there. So as a result, the creatures were not seen a lot in the movie because they didn't have the budget for it. It's the same as what happened with Jaws. In Jaws, they didn't have the budget to show the shark a lot. So as a result, they didn't end up showing the shark a lot. But because the audience didn't see the threats, it actually makes the threat more scary. Like, it's actually a film technique that when you don't show something and when you imply something, it can be actually more scary than, because you're keeping the audience in suspense. Like, now the audience doesn't know.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I don't know, I preferred not seeing the creatures more.
I want to see the creatures.
But think about A Quiet Place 1. You saw the creature, but like as the film progressed,
didn't
saw the creature.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't see it immediately. Whereas with this one, I felt like the creatures were everywhere. And it almost takes away from like now you just take the creatures for granted, you know, you're like, me,
Yeah.
there's creatures type of thing.
Yeah.
So that I personally didn't enjoy.
But I think my my curiosity would have really taken over if I didn't see more of them and stuff. I don't know. Like, I hear what you're saying,
Yeah.
and it's true. I'm just wondering how far a movie could keep me locked into a film.
But there was other ways to, like, so in the first film, they used other mechanisms to tell you that the creature was there. So, like, for
Yeah.
example, that, you know, they do that bat
sound.
thing, that sonic, like the minute
That
you
was
heard
a lot more.
that.
That was a lot more in this film, wasn't it? That sound. I
Do you
don't
think so?
I don't remember that sound that they made.
No, I remember it.
Really?
I feel like
As hectic as this.
the sound design, I could be wrong. I don't know if you agree with me. Maybe you don't agree with me. I don't think the sound design in this one was as good as the
No.
previous two.
No.
Like, the sound design in the previous two was and what was incredible about it was the sound design is silence. So, like, very, very, like, like soft sounds, which you don't normally, because all sounds or most sounds in films are not naturally recorded like with mics. They'll be or post-recorded, and that's what sound foley is and all of that, where they literally will take weird and wonderful things and create sounds
Just
out of it.
make it more.
Yeah. But like, yeah, and then you don't normally like, you won't film, you like, a person's breath, for example, you're not going to be so, do you understand what I'm saying? You're not, in a normal film, you're not pedantic about the person's breath.
I think they just perfected when they used Foley.
Yes.
It's more perfected, more solid.
But they don't go into such detail.
More.
Like with these type of films, they go into a lot more detail. And the reason for that is because that's all that there is. There's no, like, there isn't speaking, there isn't, and they don't want music because the music's gonna make you not notice the silence as much. Yeah, but they definitely have created like a genre of sound design for films, because like, you know, you're watching a Quiet Place film just because of the way it sounds, type of thing. Yeah. So, for me personally, I just felt like the creatures. It's just a personal preference. I just felt like the creatures were too focused, and as a result, not a focus. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's why I said this one felt like a horror film.
Yeah.
Definitely full-on horror film. The other one, there was something a bit more.
It was more relationship based. It was a survival film. It was more of like this is what we'll do to survive because of these relationships.
And seen so many of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That, like, in the previous one, it was, you'd see like
it made
one,
it cheap.
Yes.
It made them very cheap.
Yes.
The other ones when
there was weight to them.
When they came around, you're like,
you know how like you get an Avengers fight scene and like it makes it fake because there's so many creatures. That's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciated the first film specifically because in the second film there were more creatures, I think.
They'd kind of only come around.
Yeah.
But
like the first film was, and what made the first film cool was often they were dealing with one creature, maybe two at max.
Because there'd be one or two in the area.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at the end, after the gunshots, then they looked at the screens and you just saw creatures coming towards them. That was like, and then you were like, because like the whole film, they've only been dealing with two. Whereas with this one, there were just a lot. There was just a lot of
it's
creatures.
Like ants, man.
Yeah, like they look like spiders actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh no.
Yeah. And then the other thing that was it was a cool ad, but it was also like slightly like was the cat. So the cat, for me, the reason I'm saying was like was because like this cat was a nice addition, and it made you like the main character Sam more because she was because she's got a terminal illness. She's kind of like she's horrible. She's just like, because she's dealing with death.
Yeah.
She's just like, she's super depressed, and so the cat kind of made her likable. But then also with the cat, like, it's like they put a cat in that isn't a cat. Because like, let's be honest, right? So you are here with a cat. You are holding this cat. This alien monster is coming towards you. The cat is obviously going to feel threatened. You are there standing, not like you're holding your breath because this thing can hear you breathe and will kill you. And the cat keeps quiet. That cat's not going to keep quiet. What do cats do when they're under attack? That thing will start hissing and... Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you, the cat, dead, gone, finished. Like, as much as you love the cat, poor Frodo is gone.
Chuck. I'll chuck the cat.
Yeah, so...
And then it runs after the cat. You're like,
But then because you sighed, now the thing goes on. You see, guys, we know this.
Have a long moment of silence for the cat. Silence.
We will never take
silence forever.
The moment. And even like when they screamed with the thunder.
Oh yeah.
I was just like.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's thunder, but like.
It
doesn't mask it that much.
You can tell a different director did this film.
You can tell there was a different director.
I preferred 1 and 2.
Yeah, I also preferred 1 and 2. I will be honest. I did. One thing I enjoyed about the film was it was only 1 hour and 40 minutes long, which I think they wouldn't have been wise to do longer. Yeah, but it was an interesting film, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't one of my. I would rather watch. One was so good. I don't even know if it was a good idea for them to have made a sequel. Like, I think I maybe need to watch the sequel again. But like, both you and I can't remember what happened in the sequel, which is not a good thing, you know? Because like, I remember one was so good. It was so different. Like, you came out of that movie and you were just like, oh my gosh, have you watched A Quiet Place?
I think the only you know what? I think that they should have gone somewhere else with this film.
Yeah, they should have.
As in, yeah, I don't know. They could have gone somewhere way different.
Yeah.
Because what I'm almost getting is that in the first one, the dad, in that little room that he had with all the newspaper articles,
Yeah.
I feel like they looked at that room and they said, okay, let's look at the news article. Hey, what about New York? Look, there's a news article about New York and the media is coming down.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hey, let's do something on that. Wasn't planned.
I
but
feel like there's maybe.
but hey, let's do something on that, you know. But at the same time, like, if they didn't do a second sequel, I think people would be sitting and saying, man, imagine if they did something more with that.
With this one,
They could have done something
the second
more.
film, I'm not saying they should. Okay, I'm not. I know I said it, but I'm not. Like, I need to go watch the second
So
film
maybe they should have
again.
done the second one better.
No, the second one I don't want to comment on. I need to watch the second
Yeah.
one. This one, the prequel, they should have done. They maybe should have gone to Europe.
Was there any point in the second one? Like, was there any victory? Did they like kill them all? Did they go around and they?
I remember the oh wait, didn't the girl go to the
Did they explore that?
she went
feedback
to that
more?
radio tower and then she emitted the frequency
Yeah.
something. I remember there was a bus with the creature in the bus with her,
Yeah.
but that I think was in like the middle of the film. And then I remember yeah. But I'm specifically
Strange.
saying with this one, they should have done something like completely different, like gone to like Europe or something, or an African country
That's
even.
probably if the original director directed it.
Yeah,
I mean, he had the vision. He had the idea.
John Krasinski.
He had the idea.
I just feel like the problem is nowadays, like, what are everyone doing? They make a film, then they make a sequel,
And then they spread it out.
and then they make a prequel, and then
Yeah.
you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very, very careful. Yeah. So it wasn't a bad watch. Like, I watched it.
Yeah.
I was into it. I was freaking out. I was silent. I was shocked that there was jump scares. And
At least
the
the fir-
acting was good.
Yeah.
The acting was good. I have to say.
At least the first one and the second one gave us a good foundation.
Yeah.
So this movie really, like, it was riding on the wheels of the
For
first
me,
one and the
this
second
film's
one.
kind of like just like if you love the A Quiet Place franchise and universe, this is like just a nice little
Oh
like
yeah, this is
side
what happened in
treat.
New
Like,
York.
oh yeah, here we go. But it's not like part of the
And there
main
was
story or
salmon.
like it's one of those like, oh, by the way, if you have extra time, you know, like with Marvel and their series, but like, hey
Yeah.
guys, here's
If you're
the
a
Marvel
fan.
universe. If you're a real fan, here's some series. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can order a
Yeah.
T-shirt too
There we go.
and get a mug. It's a silent mug. You can drink coffee and you don't hear. You know. I'm thinking of good franchise ideas here. You know, the silent kettle.
Or it's just a mug that says, "Do not slurp."
Do not slurp. Yeah, there you go.
I actually want a mug
There
like
you
that.
go. Done.
I want a mug like that.
Done.
I can't do slurping.
Please don't slurp.
Please don't. What is wrong with you?
We enjoy the coffee.
No,
Slurp.
Ryan, no. Slurping does not make it taste better.
Have you tried
You're
it?
lying to yourself.
Have you tried it?
No, because the ones,
Exactly.
wait. The ones, I had someone in my life who would slurp. And I'd be like, don't slurp. And they said to me, no, it's because it's hot. Then the one day, I gave them something to drink that was not hot. Guess what they did?
Slurped.
I looked at them and I was like, oh, so you slurp because it's hot, but this one, they still smiled with the most guilty smile. And I was like, yeah, exactly.
You need to understand.
Exactly.
Slurping.
Ah.
Slurping is It's a first-person experience.
You need to understand.
As for everyone else,
if you are going to slurp,
I'm letting everybody
I
else know.
will not be your friend.
I'm letting everybody else know I'm really enjoying my coffee right now.
No, I don't want to know. Like, tell me, your Sash, this is a good cup of coffee. Oh, really? Serious? What did you do different? See how the conversation works out. Now you slurp. And I'm just like.
What if it's a quick one? Especially the. Tomorrow morning. All right, slippers. Slippers unite. Yeah. I slurp my coffee with slippers. Slipping slippers. It's good in the morning. All right. Yeah, shame. And guess what? For this movie, slurpers will die.
Exactly. Slurpers will
You
die.
You slurp, you die. Done. Okay.
Brian, you actually silenced me.
Silence. All right, cool. So,
How did you feel about the ending? We won't give the ending away. But like, I was just like, I still went back and was like, yeah, no, that definitely happened.
yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So that was A Quiet Place Day 1. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't slurp.
I feel like we should do like a silence outro. Like just put the mics down and then walk off.
The end.